before. It's a burning feeling that nobody could ignore. I feel my body wanting more and more. Every tender kiss that you give, I want to give it back. Every taste of love that you give, I want to give it back. Oh, baby, giving it back to you. Giving it back. Giving it back to you. Giving it back. Giving it back to you. Giving it back. Giving it back to you. Giving it back to you. Give it back, baby. Giving it back to you. Giving it back to you. Give it back, baby. Giving it back to you. Giving it back to you. Giving it back. Giving it back to you. This kind of love never used to be my fantasy.